What's cracking, guys? I've been on the hunt for new channels. I did find some, so we're going to talk about them, and I got some old stuff going on too. So let's go ahead and get this started. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Honda Recap. I believe this is episode 9, so we're getting on a good rhythm here, so I'm super proud about that. Glad you guys are joining back in now. Anyways, like I said, I'm your host, Christian, aka Honda Vlogs. This is the channel where we discuss everything that's going on in the Honda community and new channels, old stuff, and just kind of get together and hang out once a week to kind of discuss what's going on. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and that bell so you're notified every Monday night at 8 when this comes on. And make sure to leave a comment at the end of the video of what channels you look forward to seeing next. Alright guys, like I said, I got a bunch of new channels I want to discuss, so let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, to kick it off, we got DC502civic629. This guy's been on YouTube for a while. He's had a couple builds. He had an NA all-motor base RSX, and he made a lot of power. And he showed you all the things he kind of did to it. He showed a lot of different pulls and a lot of proving out the fact that the base motor, the K20A3, that comes in the RSX isn't a motor to sleep on. He did do a lot of cool stuff on his own. You might want to reach out to him and his channel to discuss what those things are, because I believe he made a custom intake manifold, headers, exhaust to maximize what that motor can do. I'm not sure what he has internally, but like I said, he's got a couple pull videos and a bunch of other videos kind of showing what that motor can do, and he goes up against some pretty big cars that you think hold a lot of clout in the pull community, but he does want to show you that the base motor is nothing to sleep on. Currently, he's got an EP3 project, which is great because he was looking for another economical project that he can mess with, and so I think he did land on an EP3. So I'm really juiced to see another EP3 out there in the world. So if you haven't checked that guy out, definitely do so. He's got a lot of knowledge as well, and his channel is really fun to watch. Next up, we got DCcrush. This guy, I believe he's out in Hawaii, has a minty DC2, I believe with the B20 VTEC. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure about that. He's definitely got some new plans, and I actually just recently found his channel, and like I said, I love when I just stumble upon people's channels and they decide to give that, hey, I got new plans, let me introduce you to myself video, because that really gives me the opportunity to kind of learn a little bit about you, what you're doing, and where your plans are, you know, so that way I can actually get into it. I got a lot of videos to catch up on, bro. I know I do, but I love your car. The color is awesome. There's not many too minty cars out there. There's actually like a Minty Del Sol that I remember following a long time ago. That guy's still there. Props to you guys. B20V DC2. I know you got a lot of plans, and I know you got a lot of stuff going on there, so really juiced to see what you got going on your channel, and hopefully I can keep up with you, dude. Next up, we got Redline Ricer. This guy hit me up on Instagram, really wanted me to check out his channel. I'm really happy I did. It's another EP3 guy. He's doing a track setup build. I'm not positive on what plans he actually has for this car, but it's blue. He's loving it, and he's really enthusiastic, and I know he's already got seat time on the car, so that's really good. I like when people go, and I believe in his intro, he actually shows him with an instructor in his car, so I really like when people build their cars, and as much as they go out and take it out on the track, taking the time to actually get an instructor to kind of show you how to use your car, just how to be a good driver on a track in general, is actually something I think everybody should do, so I'm really happy that aside from building a track-prepped EP3, he is learning how to drive and maneuver the car as best as he can. So, like I said, I did check out your channel, dude. I really like what you're doing. It's definitely a small channel. He needs some love. So if you're into EP3s and tracks, that's going to be the channel for you guys. All right, next up, we got Shades Wade. I actually just found this guy because I was looking at RSX's really small channel, but he's doing some cool stuff. I think he wants to get a K24 bottom end. He did put a new exhaust on it. I think all the bolt-ons he could possibly do on his A2, and he's already loving that. He did open some Honda goodness pretty recently. I won't spoil too much of the fun, so definitely go ahead and check out his channel. Like I said, I will have everybody's links in the description below, YouTube and Instagram, wherever I can find. I'll make sure to put everything in the comments below, or at least in the description below. But like I said, really cool guy. I think he's out in Virginia, so I know it's really cold out there, so he's kind of waiting for it to warm up. But he does have some really good plans, and I was talking to him back and forth earlier today, so I look forward to seeing more stuff from you, man. I'm glad I found you. As a fellow RSX guy, man, I look forward to your content. Alright, this next channel, definitely a car that doesn't get much love. I'm not going to lie about that. This guy, I believe he's out in the UK, StealthBrotherz. He's got an FN2 Type R, and I believe he's got a friend who also has the same car, so they're enjoying kind of, you know, twinning around, having fun together and stuff like that. But He is on YouTube. He's showing you the journey of his car and what he plans to do with it and just him hanging out. I noticed he had a 621 sticker on the back of his car, so props to you, man. Glad that you supported Adam and all those guys out there. But I do love the fact that you have an FN2. You don't really ever see those. It's almost like the Type R nobody talks about. It's kind of weird. It's also like the EP3, which is weird how they're always kind of popping up on me right now. But really like your channel, man. I like that you don't really care too much about how big it's going to grow or anything like that. It's more you sharing your journey. And I really appreciate that, because all the stuff that you're doing to your car and hanging out with your friends, that's the fun of it. So don't worry about being new to vlogs or anything like that. It all comes with the territory. You got an awesome car, a great personality, and I like the fact that you're repping the Type R, dude. Next up, we don't have a Honda channel, more of an automotive channel, and that's Super Street. They have a bunch of videos, obviously, and they cover many, many different cars, but the reason I'm bringing this up now is because they did do a behind-the-scenes kind of video for the FF battle that actually happened about a month or so ago. They talked to a bunch of drivers and went over their car and showed some footage of a lot of things on the track, so I'm super juiced because also it incorporates a lot of the VTech Club guys, the FF guys. I believe it was FF9, so I was really juiced to watch that. I'm glad that you guys are getting exposure, showed all the trophies, everybody's times for the day, and everybody's builds. Everybody's so different. Everybody's obviously there for the front engine, front wheel drive chassis and platform and enjoying their time there. So props to you, Super Street. Glad you guys did that. Thank you for giving them coverage. All right, next up we got some familiar faces. I want to go ahead and kick it off with Hunter Tuned. I want to give this guy a giant props and thumbs up because, like I said, I'm from California, and some of us are out here from California too. We have no idea what it's like to have snow or need studded tires, but this guy legitimately, I believe, put drywall screws through his tires, made some spiky tires, and then drove it out on the ice. Yeah, I've just never seen that done. I'm sure it's very common. I believe he's in Wisconsin. Might be wrong. I don't know. If I am, let me know, dude. I'm sorry. But I believe it's very common where it's icy and snowy, and that kind of thing is like something you need. Like, I don't know if you need to put chains on your normal car if it's not a four-wheel drive. I know you need to do that if you need to go up like at Tahoe around here. That's a couple hours away. But anyways, this guy literally, I believe, put drywall screws through his tires, made some gnarly, knobby, Mad Max-looking vehicle type stuff, put it on a CRX, and then drove it around like an ice bed. It was insane. I really enjoyed that, man, just because, one, it looked like a crazy project and probably took like, I don't know, 10, 15 hours to drill all those screws through the tires. But anyways, glad you did that. I'm super juiced, and I had a lot of fun watching that video, man, and I don't know, I look forward to seeing more of that. Next up, LATommyLA with an awesome tucked radiator in his new EK. Showed you all the parts he needed, how he went about it. He actually had to cut his radiator support, which is always crazy because, man, you want that thing to be straight, but it's Tommy, dude. He doesn't care. He just went for it. He just cut it, lined it up, showed you how to cut and make some awesome AN fitted radiator lines, showed it all together. It came out great, but also really like that just because, man, you don't care, but you do care. Obviously, you care about the look of your car, but you also don't care what you have to do to get there. Chopping that radiator support after all the work you've done into it. Most people are just kind of like, I don't know if I really want to do that, but that's your style, and that's why I like your videos, man. You just make it happen. So props to you. Thanks for showing us. Thanks for showing everybody how to do that. It's definitely really clean. So much engine bay space you got now, and I look forward to possibly doing that in the future. Also, we got Chris from VHB Engines. This guy started his channel, not really started his channel, let's go back a little bit. He made a video on a Vitara build very, very long ago. Definitely helped his channel grow, but he's going to do it again. He's going to show you the step-by-step how he goes about it. Possibly a little slower than usual because he showed you many, many things on how to build the Vitaras in the past. But he's definitely going to do it again. He's basically trying to show you can easily make 400 horsepower, which weird in the turbo range seems pretty low, but in the stock world it's still really low out of a Vitara build, and you don't even need that much. We're talking like 400 horsepower under $500, maybe $450 if you have the right tools and you do it all yourself. But I'm really enthused for this because, I don't know, we need to keep the D series alive, and the Vitara build is definitely one of those things where people always think about doing it, but then never do it, but see the results, and they're like, wow, I mean, how could you not want that? So, anyways, glad you're doing that again. I'm looking forward to that. So if you're into single cams and you want to see an awesome Vitara build, now's the time to tune into Chris's channel. Alright. Last but not least, we got YoungStatic. This guy is starting the year off crazy with a brand new car. I'm not going to give you too many details, but I am going to tell you that I follow him on Instagram, and you should too. And if you do that, you literally see how much progress this guy is putting in on the daily basis. He's getting it up, I believe, for drag racing. I believe him and his brother are getting back into that. That's always been his scene. I know he also wants to get into circuit racing and track racing in the future, but he is about that drag life, and I know he's got some crazy stuff coming. I can't even tell you too much about the car, but I can tell you it's a new car to him. He needed to put minimal effort, but he's putting a lot more like that. I'll tell you this, he had to cut the hood, at least getting it ready for drag life. And that's all I can really tell you guys. You need to head over to that guy's channel and check out what he's doing. It's got a crazy, unconventional kind of motor for that car. That's why he kind of wanted it, because, you know, it's not something he's usually finding in it. But, like I said, definitely not a guy to sleep on. He has videos coming out almost every single day. It's pretty crazy. And on top of that, he's always on Instagram, constantly showing you what he's up to. So if you haven't caught up with him on YouTube, you definitely want to check out his Instagram, because he's constantly keeping you updated there. Alright guys, and we're back at it again. I told you last week that I'd have some Instagram guys for you. And these are some of the guys that I kind of really enjoy looking at their progress, looking at what they're up to. No particular order, but I did want to give a shout out to these guys because I really love their cars, and man, they just kind of need some love. And I mean, here you go. So, starting it off right, we got Hellboy DC2, an immaculate JDM front, now K-Series DC2. I'm starting to really enjoy the DC2 guys, the JDM front or USDM front, but I really like the USDM front. I'm really starting to rock that. I really want people to start rocking that. Not that I hate the JDM front, but I don't know. I mean, we got the USDM front here. I think in Japan they had that first, and then they went to the JDM front. So I'm partially a fan of the USDM front. But anyways, it used to be a B series. Now he has a K series, and it's constantly being built and tended to. And so I wanted to give that guy props. So Hellboy DC2, you had an awesome car, dude, and I can't wait to see what you got planned for it this year. Next up, we got Yusuke EK9. It's a white EK9, not too many pictures, but when I found it, they're just simply clean. And you know when you find those random accounts where they do post, it's almost brand new, but like, man, it's such a clean car. No matter where it is, where he takes a picture, you're just kind of like, that's what you want an EK to look like, right? So that's what I'm showing you here. As you guys can tell, it's just super clean, very well put together. It's definitely something, you know, that's where you want to be. That's the base mark, you know, that's status quo right there. But anyways, like I said, I wanted to show that guy because I really like his EK. It's definitely pushing me to like get ideas and stuff like that. So props to you, man. Thanks for posting. You should really post more. Next up, we got Spoon_Playground. This guy's cool. I know he also has a YouTube channel. He's trying to start that out right now. So I'll put his link below. But where he's really popping is on Instagram. Actually, right now, he's in Japan running around with the Kanjo guys. He's got a legit Kanjo EK9 himself. But currently, right now, he's in Japan. I think he's actually coming back pretty soon. He's going to have some awesome footage of the Kanjo guys. Kanjo racing everywhere, smashing around the freeways. So, like I said, definitely a cool guy to check out. I really hope that you start posting a lot more on YouTube, man, because a lot of that footage definitely wants to get seen by me and everybody else, because from what I've seen on Instagram and you hanging out with all those guys, I'm super excited, man. So I'm really happy to see that. After I saw Tommy's last video of running with those guys, man, I want to see more of that. All right, next up we got David Kim, BattleDriven. I believe this is the photographer behind BattleDriven, also BattleDriven.com. Some of the most amazing Honda-specific photography out there. It's almost up there with Candid Coffee, same kind of idea. Every car that he posts is very well taken, thought out, and I just love that he's an enthusiast for the Honda community. I believe he's local here in California. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I see a lot of the cars in his feed are from here, so unless it's a community of photographers and I have this all wrong, then I'm all wrong. But if it's one guy and you're BattleDriven, man, you're doing an awesome job, and I love all the pictures that you post, and I really would love to see what you have planned for this year. Back to talking about awesome Integras. We got Jp.Teg. Every picture of this Integra is insane. Every picture he posts of another Integra is insane. And I know this is track prepped. He's got amazing aero, and it's literally looks like it's ready for battle. I can't see enough of this car, dude, and all the cars that you hang out with are all on the same level, so it's insane. This account definitely needs more love than it already has, but it definitely shows you what the Integra can do with a lot of aero and just some love put into the chassis. Man, I'm really loving the Integra chassis these days, guys. I don't know what it is, but you know, they come in waves, right? They come in waves. You know, you start liking something, you start finding a lot more stuff. I think that's just all part of the game. But anyways, Jp.Teg. Awesome, awesome account, awesome cars, and a cool group of friends, I'm sure. Speaking of a cool group of friends, we got RedlineGarage. I actually found these guys on Instagram. They do have a small YouTube channel. I'd love to see more footage of them, but I know there's a really awesome EG and EK, and it looks like it's just a group of guys. I believe these guys are in Turkey, so that's really cool, seeing the community all the way out there, posting a lot of good stuff. I believe they're going to the track, posting some big numbers too. I see some pictures out there on the dyno, so I'd love to reach out and talk to you guys and see what you guys have more in store. And like I said, man, I saw a bunch of the videos you guys have on your YouTube. I'd love to see more of that, because I think if you guys have a group of friends and you're all into the same community, it'd be really, really cool to see what you guys got going on over there. All right, to end the Instagram, I've got the Instagram of Instagrams. We've got Ben, I believe he's in Canada, NSXCRX. This guy is living the legitimate dream of cars. He's got an NSX, CRX, MDX, and an Element. And I'm like, what a set of cars does this guy have? He's got a black NSX on TEs. What a mix. What a mix. Anyways, he's also got a CRX, he's got the MDX, and he's got the Element. So it's really cool, because when you're stuck in Honda, you only have so many choices, and I'm really happy that even though you only have so many choices, you stuck with some really, really, really good ones, man. And it's just an awesome account, really cool guy. I know he's a hardcore enthusiast, but I always love to see his NSX, because it matches actually my friend's NSX, Sleeper Honda, which is pretty entertaining because they're both TE guys. So, I mean, you get a car, you put TEs on it, but when you see a black NSX with TEs, it's just kind of like, hey, what's going on here? It's almost like a mirror. But I love that you also have a CRX. Kind of shows, you know, what you thought about the little two-seater, tiny little cockpit. If you had a Del Sol 2, I don't know, I'd lose my shit. Anyways, man, it's really awesome. I like all your cars. I like what you've done with them. And on top of that, it's just awesome to see how many cars that you do have, and you just kept them all in the same family, right? Alright guys, that basically ends the Honda recap for this week. Thanks for tuning in. Next week, we're back at it again, Monday night at 8, and I just want to say thank you so much for everybody that has reached out to me, told me to, hey, check out this guy, hey, check out this guy. I think I'm going to say the same thing at the end of every video, because there's nothing I can say to prove to you guys how appreciative I am of all the support, no matter what happens. So I got to say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for coming back for another one. Thanks for joining in for another one. What you guys think, what other channels I should be checking out, what Instagram channels I should be checking out, what you're doing with your car, and what plans do you have for the rest of the week. Just start a conversation, guys. What's going on? Anyways, see you guys next week. See you Monday, 8 o'clock. Peace.